Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between mouz Strelok and Czech Prime here on Tal'Darim Altar. A couple of explanations. This is not the official Blizzard version of Tal'Darim Altar, so there are a little bit of changes. Over here, your third base doesn't have destructible rocks, but there is only 5 mineral patches. Is this no, and a Vespene geyser, and so there's no 2 Vespene geysers. So just wanted to quickly make a note of that for you guys if this game does go long enough for you guys to see those changes. Also, there is brush around the Zelnaga watchtowers as opposed to no brush, which is not or where there's no brush found on the normal Blizzard version of the map. mouz Strelok spawning on the top left hand side as the red Terran player. Meanwhile, Czech spawning as the blue Zerg player on the bottom right hand side of the map. It looks like he's going for a much more heavy economic game using the extractor trick, and he will then try to get in a very fast hatchery, most likely in this location here, as it doesn't make sense to try to expand over here at all. Now, game 1 in this series was on Metalopolis. Hope you guys saw that, and I will not be telling you, well, yeah, not going to say anything else about that. So currently Zerg just continuing to mine away. We should be seeing a hatchery setup, and on this map, Tal'Darim Altar is a very large map, and there's a lot of walking distance in between all the bases. So very fast moving units like Zerglings on creep, like Mutalisks, really benefit on this map. Same thing for Hellions as well. So I would not be surprised if I actually saw some Hellion play. mouz Strelok opening up with a 15 command center here on Tal'Darim Altar, which is a very aggressive move coming in from Strelok, as Strelok needs to set up a barracks now. So he will be trying to wall off in this location here, as he is currently setting up a command center. So he's going to have a very strong economy, just like Czech, but a lot of early Zerglings could pop out if he does in fact scout it out in time. If he was able to scout out this early command center, he would be able to he would be able to perhaps macro up a large enough number of Zerglings to really hurt the SCV count before Marines are properly trained. Back over here, the spawning pool, about what, 90% completed, and we should be seeing a queen pop out in just a moment. The Overlord will free up supply in just a second now, and we should be seeing perhaps a queen and a couple Zerglings. 4 perhaps? No, only 2. So 2 Zerglings and a queen now making their way out. SCV is starting to do some scouting as the drone now makes its way off to the north side of the map. The SCV still wandering around. Both players still have not found each other just quite yet. We now see more drones being trained, and it doesn't look like another queen is being trained just quite yet. So it's going to be very easy for Strelok to establish his base. Now, the drone was not able to see that there was an early command center, so I'm a bit surprised that the drone didn't at least come in to try to see if there was an early command center. There it is, already upgrading to an orbital command. Most likely we will get a supply depot there in just a second, as that will finish off the wall in perhaps another production building. Yeah, another barracks. So it's going to be a 3 racks front door, making it very difficult for it to get baneling busted at any time. So Czech now needs to figure out what his strategy is going to be. He is getting that metabolic boost. He is still mining gas. So I expect to see higher tier as we are also going into layer. Perhaps we will get a lot of Mutalisks, or perhaps Infestors. Infestors have recently become very popular here on the Battle.net ladder maps. Oh, and the Reaper trying to go after its target one at a time, and that Reaper getting a lot of damage. The Reaper only needs 2 shots in order to shoot a Zergling. And now that Reaper continuing to give chase, no longer chasing, as that Reaper is already down to 25 hit points. It doesn't look like that Reaper is going to be able to deal all too much. Is another Reaper? No, just another SCV. Production-wise, we are getting more Marines. Perhaps Stim Pack will be researched. There it starts, as those Zerglings are now trying to just counteract and take down that one Reaper. So the Reaper has been shut down once again. Back over here, an Overlord slowly making its way, and he will quickly see and that Strelok is not very far behind in economy at all, sitting at 29. As this queen over here as well. We are going into a spire, but I don't see any additional extractors. This is a very curious maneuver. Never mind, just as I say that, 2 extractors now being placed down. Mutalisks are very heavy gas intensive units, so that is the reason why you want 4 gas. 4 gas allows you to train up about 4 to 5 Mutalisks every minute, and then you can easily reach critical mass, say within 3 to 4 minutes of your spire having been completed. The spire takes a decent amount of time to build. Yeah, it takes 100 seconds to build, so by the time you have your spire up, if you have 4 extractors up and running, you have a very easy time of just trying to get all of those Mutalisks and perhaps getting anywhere from 12 to 15 Mutalisks. It looks like it will be a Bling Mutaling matchup of, once again, Banelings, Mutalisks, and Zerglings in order to counteract the Terran. The Terran player currently is just sitting on a lot of Marines. Stimpak now taking 170 seconds to research, one of the longest researches in the entire game, in order to have those Marines move twice or 50% faster, and also shoot 50% faster as well. So just Marines still being queued up off of this. We can see a lot of gas now being saved up by Czech, and now Czech's saving, quickly training up 5 Mutalisks. I'm assuming now, yeah, gonna go up to 6 Mutalisks in a second as soon as he has enough minerals, or he is now currently supply locked, needs to get another Overlord in the air. No, he is no longer supply locked, so only getting 5 Mutalisks. He should be able to just continue to add to that Muta ball number very easily, and 5 Mutalisks are able to deal a lot of damage pretty quickly. We can see that level 1 infantry upgrades and combat shield now being researched as those Mutalisks are in the air. So 3 Mutalisks in the air, couple Banelings on the ground, in addition to some Zerglings on the ground as well. Those Banelings really need to find their target, and the Marines looking perhaps to just stim and walk up that ramp, and that's going to be a very dangerous move, as Banelings on creep are going to be able to deal so much damage. Zerglings now trying to come in, trying to surround Banelings, just scuttering along on the creep, now unable to move off that quickly. One Baneling desperately trying to run away for his life now. The Baneling does have the same movement speed on creep as a group of Marines. And now the Mutalisks are backing off. Sorry, the Marines are now backing off once again. Mutalisks in the air, Zerglings on the ground, and the Mutalisks need to find their target. Missile turrets already being set up by Strelok as he saw the army of Mutalisks, and now we are seeing a power drone. So 9 drones now being trained by Czech. So Czech looking to expand into this location here. 48 drones versus 48 SCVs. The Mutalisks looking along this side over here. It doesn't look like there are any turrets. There is a group of Marines, and those Marines, did not see those Mutalisks, and now going to go after those Marines one at a time, as they didn't seem to focus onto their target, and down they go. So 5 Marines already quickly taken down. Marines now coming in one at a time. And as those Marines are now just trying to reinforce, and the Mutalisks able to back off again, so some damage was dealt, but there is a medevac that was able to sneak out in that engagement. I do not believe that the Overlord the Overlord should be able to spot it, but there is a little bit of a dark area that those units can try to squeeze by. Zerglings now running up the front door. Siege tanks are in position. They can go into siege mode in just a second, as the Marines are going to be trying to drop along this backside and get some damage into this drone line here. You can see medevacs also moving out as well. Some damage on those medevacs. One SCV is going to get picked apart. The Overlord, I'm not sure if it actually spotted that medevac. It looks like the Mutalisks did spot that medevac, and the Mutalisks are going to go after that medevac with a vengeance, and now caught in mid-air. Strelok losing 500 more than 500, 600 resources in just a second off of that mislocation, and now in comes some Zerglings. So the Zerglings are now swarming through, looking to get some damage along these SCVs over here. The Zerglings now just going after some of those SCVs, and now going to perhaps try to pick apart these units one at a time, as more units are getting just destroyed. So that Mutalisk ball is starting to slowly grow and grow. 3 siege tanks may get caught out of position. Yeah, they are going to be caught out of position as the Zelnaga watchtowers are activated. And Strelok just losing his army left and right. And the Mutalisk just constantly being at the right place at the right time, able to just get where it needs to go. And you can see now, taking a look at the losses, 24-25 versus 800. That is going to be very difficult for Strelok to try to mount up a counterattack, as now we are getting more and more units in production. Level 1 Carapace upgrades and level 1 claw attacks. 8 Mutalisks now being trained to add to that Mutalisk ball. That Mutalisk ball, so deadly. It will almost be a full control group. It will be 23 Mutalisks, I believe, unless there's one hiding somewhere. Yeah, it's going to be a full control group of Mutalisks in just a moment, as more and more Mutalisks are still being added to this group. And where is the rest of those Mutalisks? I may be incorrect. Is it going to be, yeah, 23. So 23 Mutalisks, no armor upgrades though from that Spire, so that those Mutalisks are going to be able to take necessarily or essentially full damage from those Marines. The Marines are going to be dealing, what, 7 damage per attack. Currently researching the level 2 weapons upgrade. So those Marines are going to become very, very deadly, especially against those Mutalisks. The Mutalisks dealing, I believe, what, 9 damage? No, 10 damage in attack now, and looking to hunt and find their target. There are some missile turrets here, but those SCVs, once again, going to get caught out of position even further, and more units are going to get taken down. Those Marines, not too many Marines left, as some supply depots are going to get destroyed. It looks like the Marine and Siege Tank Ball is on the move, and mouz Strelok says GG, as the Zerglings are now swarming straight into the base. Not much that Strelok could do about this game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Game 3 is actually on the Machinima Realm channel. It should be posted up today, or may already be posted up. I will feature it on my channel as well, so you guys don't have to hunt and peck it if you guys do closely watch my games. Otherwise, just look for a game casted by me, by these two players on Xel'Naga Caverns in this best of 3 matchup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.